Okay, my name is Barry Robinson, and I have been a member of the band, Kerepehi band, on and off since I was 8 years old. That was the starting age back then. And I was taught by George Vivian, who was the master and the creator of the Kerepehi brass band. Now George, he created the band for the young people on the plains, and the money for the foundation of the band came from all the local community, the farmers, and of course back in those days we didn't have television, so most families, the girls were taught piano and the boys a musical instrument, brass, and either or, because when the band first started, of course, it was men only, boys and men only, and so we used to come along every Wednesday night, and the first thing I was given, well, firstly, we got given nothing for about 3 months. All we got was tuition in music studies, how to recognise the notes, the fingering, understand the sharps and flats, and learn the scales, and learn the basics of the music, really, because we needed that before we started. Well, then, of course, after 3 months, we were given a mouthpiece to take over. And well, I tell you what, that was exciting. The first night I got the mouthpiece, I put it in my pocket, because we were afternoon trainees then, and I forgot it was in my pocket. And we weren't. And then there was 3 of us in a group that started with me. One was David Henwood, myself, Calvin Flynn, Darryl Bradley, and there was that group of us, and well, of course David, he's still around, and he plays a tenor horn. But coming back to my story about this mouthpiece, we were playing on some culverts that afternoon, and I thought, I don't want to lose this, so I put it on the culvert, and we played for a couple of hours, and then all went home. And well, guess what? I'd forgot my mouthpiece on the first day I had it, hadn't I? so anyway, I went back the next morning, and lo and behold, the mouthpiece was still there. Well, after 2 months on a mouthpiece, and we had to really learn to double tongue, treble tongue, and semi-breathe, holding the notes. We had to do everything on a mouthpiece before we were allowed to put it into an instrument. Well, I was given a cornet, and I enjoyed that, and then we would go to sectional practices, just not inside the band at all. And I think we were about 9, and by this time George Vivian had given up the baton, and his son Max had taken over the band then. And so when we went into the band as newies, and Max was conducting, and it wasn't easy, crikey. Of course, a lot of our music in those days was second cornet, third cornet stuff, and it went a bit like this: and pa pa, pa pa, rest pa pa, and it was what, and you know, it was very difficult because you had to try and squeeze that in the right place. Of course, you couldn't create music if it was in the wrong place, and we have a lot of fun, and then I think I stayed with the band till I was 16. At that point, so that was 8 years, and it might have been 17, 9 years, and then of course I moved away following my work, and I came back to the plains when I got married at 24, and we started farming on the plains, and so I decided, well, I might as well go back to the band, because by this time we had a number of conductors. When Max left, Eric Bygraves took over, and he was a wonderful conductor, Eric Bygraves. I had a lot of time for Eric, and of course then who else? Oh, then of course Chris Geelan. Now Chris Geelan was on a farm beside Dad, old Dutchman, and he could play anything. He actually hailed from the Papatoe band, did Chris, and he was a marvellous player, and he bought a farm on the Hauraki Plains. He eventually became conductor of the band for many years. So in that period, when I got married at 24 till I was 40, I was a member of that band again, and and I was playing trumpet all the time then, even though it was frowned upon. Back then they didn't like you playing trumpet in a band, but I played trumpet because I was always on call for bugling services, and even on Thursday I got the call. But so at 40 then, of course, I took on a job that was a huge undertaking, and it took all my time. So I actually parted from the band again, and then when I retired, probably when I was I went to Thames when I was 50. Okay, well, when I was 50, I sort of came down off that job after doing 6 years and semi-retired into town, and decided, well, maybe I get involved with the band again, and I didn't, not till, because I had a catastrophe happen. I had all my teeth taken out, and I thought, well, that's the end of my musical career as such. But I was approached by my brother Don to say, hey, look, you can glue your teeth in these days, you know. And I said, well, yes, I could try that. So I got some tooth glue and glued my teeth in, and I picked up the trumpet again because that's the instrument I had at home, and oh gee, that wasn't too bad. But anyway, when I went along to band practice one night, they didn't have any euphonium players as such, so I was commandeered to play the euphonium, and I enjoy that. I love that actually, but I still keep my hand in on the trumpet because I love that as well. So that's basically it. I've been in and out a couple of times, and I didn't even think of gluing teeth in myself, and I should have, because Rowan Garrett was gluing his teeth in long before me. However, and even now I get called upon regularly to do services for the armed forces, bugling, and I enjoy that too. And all in all, I think the biggest thing for me, and I tell everybody this, music for me and being involved with the band probably kept me off the streets and stopped me from being a larrikin and a not too good a guy. And I think it worked because I've had an enjoyable engagement with the band all my life, and I'm glad I couldn't recommend it to anybody so more, because it was such a good thing. Yeah.